Did you know you can use your VA loan two, three, or possibly even six, seven times? Let me explain. Hi, my name is Matthew Ayala. I'm a mortgage lender at Acrisure Mortgage, founder of Rifles to Riches. I'm licensed in 8 states, and I help veterans like myself live the American dream through real estate ownership. Most veterans think the VA loan is a one-time benefit. You use it once, and then it's gone forever. But that's not the case at all. As a matter of fact, this limiting belief is pushed by big banks and real estate professionals like mortgage lenders and real estate agents that don't know any better. Think of all the missed opportunities this has cost veterans that believe this, right? You can use your VA loan more than once, and I'll explain how to do that in this video. If you're a veteran or a service member and you've already used your VA loan or you're thinking about using your VA loan for the very first time, this video is for you. By the end, you'll understand how VA entitlement actually works, when you can reuse your VA loan, when you don't need to sell your current home, and how smart veterans can use this benefit to build long-term wealth. Let's start with what entitlement really means. The most misunderstood word in VA lending is entitlement. Think of entitlement like an insurance policy for the lender, not a loan limit. The VA doesn't lend any money. It guarantees a portion of the loan to the lender only in the event that you default on the loan. Now let's break down entitlement. There are two entitlement scenarios, one with full entitlement and one with partial entitlement. Full entitlement means you've never used a VA loan before, you've used one and sold a home, or you refinance your current VA loan out of a VA loan. This means 0% down payment is required and there are no loan limits to how much you can borrow so long as you qualify financially. In the event you've sold or refinanced your home with a VA loan on it, your entitlement can be restored. Now, with partial entitlement, that means you already have a home with a VA loan, and that means your entitlement is partially used. That doesn't mean you're stuck, it just changes how your next VA purchase works. You don't have to sell your current home to use your VA loan again as long as you have remaining entitlement. This happens all the time with PCS moves, veterans relocating for work, or veterans keeping a home as a rental and trying to buy their next property. The VA allows this as long as the following are true. You plan to occupy the new property as your primary residence, and your remaining entitlement covers the new loan amount. And if you don't have enough entitlement, don't worry. All you have to do is use 25% of the gap as a down payment. And I'll break down an example for that later in the video. Sometimes that means 0% down, like on your first VA purchase, and sometimes that means you have to bring a small down payment to the table in order to cover your entitlement gap, as it's called in the VA lending space. Regardless, using your VA loan multiple times is absolutely possible. The VA loan is not an investment loan, but it can be a powerful wealth building tool for veterans like myself. Your next move could be to a multifamily property that is a property with 2 to 4 units. Although you have to occupy one of the units, you can rent the others out and use other people to pay your mortgage. That's one of the most powerful, underused benefits in real estate. You can restore your entitlement in two ways. Number one, sell the home and pay off the VA loan. Number two, refinance into a conventional loan and use your one-time restoration of entitlement. Once restored, it's like hitting the reset button. You're back to your full entitlement. Here are mistakes I see veterans make all the time when buying their next home. Assuming their entitlement is used up after one VA loan, letting a lender who doesn't know VA loans say you can't without checking the entitlement calculations, selling a property unnecessarily, and not understanding how entitlement affects their down payment. These mistakes cost you equity, appreciation, cash flow, and long-term wealth. Entitlement also varies by the county that you're trying to buy your next home in. For most counties, it's a bit above 832,000. In some high cost of living areas like San Diego, Los Angeles, and Anchorage, Alaska, it's in the 1.1 to 1.2 million dollar range, and you can buy more with 0% down than you could somewhere else in the country. Now, let me give you an example. So for this example, you'll need your certificate of eligibility straight from the VA. You can either pull your COE directly from the VA, or you can have a lender with access to the VA systems, such as myself, pull it on your behalf. This is where you'll be able to see how much entitlement you've used already. Let's say for your first VA purchase, you're buying in Tampa. Tampa is in Hillsborough County, Florida, and the conforming loan limit over there is $832,750, which is where it is in most parts of the country, by the way. If you divide that limit by four, you'll end up with $208,187.50 of in total entitlement that needs to be used up before you need to make a down payment. Now, let's say you bought your first home at a $400,000 purchase price. Your entitlement charge would be $100,000. You have $108,187.50 of entitlement remaining. If you remember from earlier, the VA guarantees 25% of the loan just in case you default. And now you want to buy a $500,000 home. If you divide that by four, that's $125,000. Add that to the existing $100,000 and you get $225,000 of in total entitlement required. However, that's below the cap. That just means you'll have to make a down payment. In order to figure out the math on this, subtract the total entitlement of 225,000 and the county loan limit divided by 4, and you'll get $16,812.50. This is how much you need to put for a down payment. I understand this math can be very confusing, so feel free to reach out to a lender that specializes in VA loans like myself to help with your entitlement calculations for your next purchase. The VA loan isn't a one-time use. It's a renewable financial tool if you know how to use it properly. If you're thinking about buying again, moving, or turning a VA home into a rental, get your entitlement review before making a move. The VA loan isn't a one-time benefit. It's a renewable financial tool just as long as you use it correctly. If you're stuck on the entitlement calculations, let me know. Feel free to schedule a consultation with me, and I'll review that math for you so that way you make the most informed decision for how you build your wealth going into the future. If this video helped, like, subscribe, and share this with a fellow veteran that thinks a VA loan is a one and done deal. And remember, you fought for the American dream. Now is your time to start living it. Have a great Navy Day, and may God hold you in the palm of his hands. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. It would mean the world to me if you hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Any kind of engagement helps me get closer to my goal of helping 50 veterans live the American dream this year through real estate ownership. Once again, thank you so much. And remember, you fought for the American dream. Now is your time to start living it. If I had 2 dozen roses and an old bottle of wine, if I really could have hung your moon, would you change your mind? If I could cry a little harder and get a little less sleep at night, if I had 2 dozen roses, would you change your mind?